Hello, everyone. Welcome back for episode 12 of the Gossamer Vale. I'm your DM, Katie, and I'm joined this week with my players, same as always, Jillian, Kyle, Mac, and Greg. Before we get started, let's do a little recap. I might combine stuff from two episodes. We'll see if I mess up because our last session and the one before it were really close together, and I'm not used to that. But last time we started off with the party reconvening in the tavern, the Leaky Tankard, after Lamb and Varys had spent some time out doing reconnaissance about some Boundless, the bandit group that you were after, in town, and Madden and Kian had spent some time doing some dream delving. And you all reconvened and started chatting in the inn before your eventual party is what I'm going to keep referring to it as, with a group of sort of ex-prisoners slash escapees that you all talked for a while, discussed what you saw at the Temple of Angus, that, you know, it's still kind of hard to tell what Bridget is trying to show Madden. There's a lot of burning hawthorn trees. Girl seems mad, and it kind of seems like you're going to have to find either one of her temples or go visit this tree and use those ribbons. Who knows? The Lady of the Temple did not know. And you all talked about what Lamb and Varys found, that there is a Boundless member in town who is causing some trouble, sharing his woes with the ladies at the local brothel who do not enjoy it. And but he is known to spend most evenings there and passes out in alleyways afterwards. So you've kept that in mind for the future. After you all chatted for a while, you got ready for your get together, and honestly, everybody just kind of had a great time for a while. There was a lot of free drinks, some contests, arm wrestling contests, which you all did great at. And our new friend Galt eventually was able to win a round, shockingly, after being destroyed by most of you when he tried,
Including Lamb as a giant woman, though that was not
including gigantic
intentionally on her
Lamb,
part.
who took up most of the tavern for that fight and kind of seemed like she was cheating, but it's fine.
She seemed just as consternated as anybody else.
It's true. And she did give him a rematch right after, so it's all fair. You also talked to another member of this prison group named Amiston, who just seems like a really nervous guy, but everyone seems to love to talk to him. He likes fishing, but isn't very good at it. That's really all there was to him, but hey, we love him, I guess. In the meantime, Jack, you did a lot of prestidigitating to make sure the drinks were actually good, had the party going, and Madden, you chatted for a bit with Theon, your prison dad, lack of better words, about
Mm.
his connection with Diarmid, why he hates this guy so much. Y'all learned that he was best friends with the guy back when they were, you know, late teens, early 20s, and that Theon had started the Boundless before it was known as that, under the guise of kind of a shipping company for this family that was run by this man named Owen, is now run by his daughter Grania. And speaking of her, after learning this tidbit about him, Grania and her whole crew, which was the other half of the chat in the warehouse, made their appearance. Grania walked in, went up to Theon and let him upstairs immediately. He had zero complaints, and they disappeared for the evening. You all continued to have a good night. There was some sort of kind of threats towards Connor, who looked like he was having a really bad night in the first place. And then he went back to his table after saying that he would stay in his lane if Madden stayed in his. Oh yeah, I forgot. This whole time, Varys and Clover are not there because she started freaking out as soon as the prison group came into the room. So they left on a little walk to try to find the boundless guy in town. And then let's see. Jack was disappointed because he didn't get to spend time with Grania before she disappeared. But hey, you got to hang out with her a little bit the next morning, so not the worst outcome. Which you all spoke with some of Grania's employees, got that meeting for the next morning. That night, you also went, after all the partying was done, Madden and Kian went out to find Varys, which before they found him, Kian said that Madden owed him something and gave Madden a kiss. Just saying. And then they went and found Varys, who may or may not have found the Fight Club, but did not go into it and would not let anybody go into it because they were all very drunk and seemed like a bad idea. But you all went back to the inn. Let's see. Jack drew some nice carvings of Grania in outside. Lamb, you wrote in your journal some. And then Varys asked Kian if he wanted him to punch Connor the next morning, and Kian agreed. So everybody went to bed, and then the next morning you all got up really early to talk with Grania, her whole group, and Fionn. Connor's standing behind them, and Varys follows down with you all, walks up to Connor, decks him in the face, walks out, and presumably goes back inside via the window that you all left open. But Grania's team does not respond at all to it, other than sending him a little bit of healing. And you all chatted with her for a while. She shared that, she's going to send troops in a couple weeks. And that did say that Fionn is now working for her, that this is specifically kind of her operation, and kind of said that you guys are working for her too, even if you say that you aren't. That if you're there, that's the gist of it. But she seemed happy to have you all along, and after you asked your questions, she and her group headed out the door. They promised to get you a drawing of Diarmid so you'd be able to recognize him once the time comes. And they headed out. It is still really early in the morning. You all got up at like 6 a.m. for this meeting. It was not a long meeting. You are in this tavern, sitting there. Fion's still with you. He's watching them as they walk out the door. Just kind of sits back in his chair, looks at you all.
Uh, Madden waits for like the door to close and then like
Mm-hmm.
looks at Fionn and is like, "So when's the wedding?" And just like big stupid smirk on his face.
Ooh,
See, it's kind of a funny story. Uh, Technically, it would have been 20 years ago, but it didn't happen.
Huh?
oh my.
I was making a joke, but
Ooh.
I don't know if it's happening after.
yeah, let me know. I'll give you away.
I'll make sure you all have invites. If there's, she doesn't seem like the wedding type
Hmm.
anymore or ever. I don't.
Well, you never know till you ask, I suppose.
Are
First,
are
Diarmid.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Are you and the lads staying in town, or what?
Oh
Where are
no.
you going next?
Uh, I only stayed in town tonight because she wanted me here. We've been staying outside of towns in our own camps, so I will probably go join back up with them once you all are done. It's kind of early. I guess I still have the room.
Yeah, we have a couple things to take care of in town, but After that, who knows?
Right. We'll After talking with her, I believe we are staying mostly in this area, but the lads and I are going to go head towards the river to scout it out. But
Mm.
we do have to come back because this is where we're going to reconvene with her when she comes back. Or whenever she sends any notice.
Hmm. Right.
Also, if we're trying not to stay in the towns too much, I don't
Hmm.
know if he knows that I'm out of prison, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Hmm.
Yeah, understood.
Mm-hmm.
No worries here.
Hmm.
But if there's anything you all need, just find us outside of town. We're not that far.
Yeah, we're about to go probably find a drunk bandit in an alleyway and fuck him up. So
All right.
also, have you heard anything about a fight club in town?
Fight Club. Do you know what it's called?
It's under an apothecary.
We had heard it's underground.
Yeah, we think
Mm,
we may have found the location, but
Ooh, really?
I
maybe.
haven't been there. Uh, no, no,
Hmm.
nothing's coming to mind.
That's
To
fine.
be fair, I haven't been in this town that long.
Mm.
We we weren't that far ahead of you all, I think.
Hmm.
Mm, right.
But
Well, oh, go ahead,
well,
Lem.
I'm just
Hmm?
curious. Should there be need for us to contact you? Should we need to pass along, I don't know, movements of Boundless that we notice, or other information that might be of use? What's the best way for us to do so?
He'll give you like the general area his camp is outside of the town
Okay.
if you all want to drop by there.
Okay.
Or you could, if it's like a note, I'll come
Mm.
into town every couple of days when
Mm.
I can and come
Mm.
by here if you want to leave it with the barkeep.
Is it all right if we give it under your name, or is there another name we should refer to you by?
See, before yesterday, I would say a different name, but they kind of know us now.
All right. Okay. And the innkeep seems a good sort, so
Hmm.
all right.
Is there anything else I can do for you guys before I go find them? Make sure they all made it back.
Mm. I can think of nothing. I hope you stay safe.
Yeah, I think we're good on our end.
All right. I'll see you all in a few days.
Mhm.
Madden, he'll like do the half hug again as he gets up to go.
Um, fuck it. Madden will make it a full hug. You don't give a shit.
He'll make a full hug.
Aw. What? What? This, I'm assuming, looks full on
We're
like,
not toxic masculines here. We'll hug with
No,
both arms.
hell yeah. I love that. We aren't those toxic masculines you've
no,
heard so
this is
much
a
about.
regular old hug. It's not weird.
Yeah, no. This is father son energy. I love it.
Yeah.
Lev is just quietly, like, keeping it to herself. It's like,
Now
heart
make sure you're
swells.
my best man at the wedding. I'll let her know.
It's like, when you're trying not to smile super hard, it's just like he's like like it's just like full thin line of the mouth, like trying not to have the biggest cheesiest smile.
I think you'd rather like that.
Um, Stay safe.
You too. Oh, watch out for bounty hunters. They've been everywhere. God.
Oh, haven't seen one.
Well, that's
How,
good.
How
Let's
would
ask
we?
Galt.
How
I
would
don't
we
know.
know one if we saw one?
Oh, that's the problem. You kind of won't.
Oh
They
dear.
tend to keep a low profile.
Oh.
So, considering who you're with, if your friend here gestures to Madden goes missing, I would be a little concerned.
I think perhaps that's good enough reason for us perhaps to just stick to the buddy system while we're in town, hey?
I think you'll
I'll
be
be
pretty
fine.
safe with Varys around.
I didn't doubt that, but
Hmm.
that being said.
I'm not worried.
Far
I
outside
honestly.
of
Hmm? Oh no, go ahead.
far outside of Madden's character to wander off. Never seen him do it once.
He just sort of shrugs.
Nothing to worry about then.
Lamb quietly just sipping on her coffee, on her tea.
Right? And he will head out the door. What's y'all's plan? It's real early. You had a plan to go bother the Boundless guy. You have other plans. You can break into a fight club if you want to, if you think you found it. Or it's just an apothecary's
6
basement.
a.m..
I don't know.
Jesus.
Unclear. Clover is a pretty good sense of things. I trust her. Or the apothecary is just a bad person. It's kind
Maybe
of
it's a
unclear.
money laundering operation. We don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
Could
just
be.
a
red
secondary
flag.
thing.
And she can tell.
She's like, there's bad business happening here, but
These are bad business
Wrongdoing is
practices.
happening.
how about we go put Varys out of his misery?
He does rather seem a bit anxious. And
What are we doing to Varys?
You heard me. Madden will start walking towards the room.
You're putting him out of his misery.
I'm gonna go put him out of his misery.
Lamb will trundle after Madden. Bit preoccupied. She does not seem surprised by this announcement.
She's like, "Yep, time to go do it."
And Lamb's like, "Oh dear, I guess it is time to go do it." And she walks after Madden.
Follow is a little confused.
What are we doing?
Hey, Jack will put his arm around Kian and be like, don't worry, it's just a small death.
We're all gonna jerk him off together as a team.
This is
This is how this becomes a polycule. Okay.
There we go.
Varys
That's the
brought us
real
all
team
together.
building.
You're welcome, everybody.
Team building.
Yeah, Madden will just kind of go inside and see if he's climbed his way back into the room yet.
Yes, everybody going in, or it's just Madden.
He doesn't close the door behind himself.
Seems
So-
like we're all going in, so Kian's following.
I guess we'll make it weird.
Yes, so.
All right, Jack's like rolling up his sleeves, like, all right.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. You go into the room. Yeah. Clover, as soon as the door opens, flies to Madden's head and settles in. Varys is there. He is sitting in a chair by the window, just has his armor fully on, all buckled. Everything's fastened. All the pieces are in place. His sword's against the wall next to him in arm's reach. He's got a flask in his hand, and you can see that his bag is packed and is next to the door.
Madden will make his way over to Varys and once eyes on his face. Once eyes on his face.
All those buckles are going to take forever.
Stretching his fingers out, he's like, okay, focus up.
All right.
Part of the thing.
Yeah, how's he look?
I just kind of look out the window, but he'll raise his flask up. Took y'all a while. Kind of thought that when the door opened, it'd be Connor coming in to ask for his last breath.
That would have been a much more interesting story, I think, if he just came in, I suppose, begging for it. He smiles a little.
Instead, I saw them all leave. So, guess it went well.
Yeah.
Seems.
Everything worked out.
Mm-hmm.
2-ish weeks. We're meeting up back here again.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
The meantime, we'll be
Thanks, by the way. I
wondering.
didn't know I needed that.
You see, if you'd said you earlier, I could have, at when you guys were all partying, I could have done that in front of everyone. I, next time we see him, I'll do it again.
Oh dear.
Right? So
Well,
we all just, what's going on? What's the plan?
well, I actually wanted to say a little something, if I may. Um, I I've not been very forthright with a lot of you. Um, I I was talking with Varys the other day, and Varys was kind enough to say he'd share some personal details with all of us. Um, provided it was all of us together so that we could hear it as a group and it wouldn't be unfair to any one of us. But um, uh, I've not precisely been very sharing with my own um, details and situation beyond just some small things here and there. So I rather thought it would be more fair if I were to share a little something of mine before asking Varys to share anything of his. Um, so a lot of you know that and I do think genuinely, like, you do see Lamb kind of fiddling a little bit with like the hem of her shawl and kind of like twiddling with some of the leaves on her staff. She's a bit nervous speaking on this. I don't think that takes any insight check to deduce. Um, I I come from, as I've said, Bombini Grove, and it's a very small place in the forest, and well, there's there's reason why I've a tendency to keep so much to myself, and the biggest reason is because, well, all the villages in the woods close to Bombini Grove, all of them, are, well, we try and keep to ourselves, you see. To most of us are halflings, see, and the majority of the villages try and sort of just operate quietly, so the big folk just didn't really notice and pass us by. And so a lot of what we do, a lot of how we act and move and think about things and life and such is about trying to keep our footprints few and small, and evidence of our coming and going, you know, not really there, not to be found. So a lot of what we do is tied up in not really lighting many fires after dark, or making a lot of noise when we're traveling between villages and to like. But it also does. It does also involve some magics, old ancient magics. Things I confess I couldn't really tell to you in great detail. I didn't really understand much of it myself, but a lot of them are to help to keep the places obscured. Uh, the roads into the villages sort of just spin off into trails and paths for animals and the like, instead of leading into the village, or there'll be a turn round a tree and you'll find yourself coming back out the way you came in and that sort of thing. Um, it's small things, just little things to sort of reroute to big folk and keep them from noticing us. But perhaps you can understand that may make for sort of private sort of folk. Maybe a bit suspicious, and I'm sorry that that's maybe made me not the best party member or friend to you lot. I didn't mean to be, and I'm sorry, but I hope that makes things a bit more clear to you, and please understand this is something we didn't really talk about with anybody outside of the forest. Certainly nobody in Amberwater, not even Gwyneth. So I hope you'll understand this is in confidence, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd not share it round lightly, please.
Don't worry, Lamb. Thanks for sharing.
Aye,
Be all right, Les.
thank you. So, Varys, I'm sorry to run out to front of you, but I hope you know I'm not asking to pry, and if you truly didn't feel good about speaking with us here today, I hope you didn't think we'll think less of you if you choose to say not at all.
I need you to make a persuasion roll.
Yeah,
Oops.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna press to digitate a sparkle into Lamb's eye.
Aw.
Mm. Help convince him to talk anyway.
Exactly. We've got, what is that? Plus, it is a 17.
You don't have to worry, Lamb. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping secrets. What do you want to know?
Well, could could you say again where you're from exactly? I'd imagine it was a place didn't get treated well by the boundless, based on your story.
Where I'm from's not much of a secret. Y'all just haven't asked. Uh, I grew up technically in the capital, in Mulak, but not in the capital. It's in the city underneath of it. It's called Sealock.
Ooh. Do you mean south of it, or is it?
No, it's underneath of it.
Oh, like in the basement, like?
Yeah, kind of. Like, that's probably the easiest way to think of it if you haven't been to a town like that before.
Can I say I have? Huh. So, what was it like?
Uh, Not the best. Um, the people that live there are, for the most part, people sent there because the people in the capital don't want to see you.
What? So,
Undesirables, you know.
that whole part of the city? Just all the folk that the other people didn't like?
And it's not that they don't like them, it's just that if they're in unfortunate circumstances, that's where they end up. Keeps the streets clean.
They didn't do nothing to help.
Certainly. Just put it under the rug.
They didn't help those people at all.
I mean, they send their guards down to do rounds underneath.
But but they don't do nothing about the circumstances that got the folk there in the first place.
No, no.
That's not right.
It's not all bad, but it is not a great place to be.
Arthur Morgan agrees.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jack familiar with this community?
Yes, he is. You were there probably not anytime recently, but you've been to the capital and did learn about this. And have probably been to the Undercity at least once.
I figured he probably would have. That's why I was
Yeah.
asking.
If Jack went to the capital and fell asleep outside, he woke up in the Undercity.
That's just where he was dumped.
Yes.
Wow. Jeez. Goodness. So, may I ask why you were there?
Um, I was there because as a child, I no longer had parents after a bit, and I could no longer afford food as a youngin who did not have the ability to get a job. And eventually, one of them just took my hand and led me down there because it's not like I could pay for the house, and I was bothering the neighbors trying to get their help, and it was not seen as good. So
None of the neighbours helped you, none at all.
I mean, at first they would be like, "Oh, it's so sad, to hear about what happened to your dad," and I was like, "Yeah." And mind you, I'm real young, so I don't really understand what's going on, other than the fact that there's no longer food I can easily eat, and I was just trying to exist in that space, and they helped for, I would say I was up there for a couple days because I was still sleeping in the house. So it's not like they were catching me outside until the neighbors were like, okay, this is a problem. Somebody told them.
Uh, what were you taken to an orphanage or just
No,
just left on the street?
yeah, they just take you down there.
I can't imagine. I, what did you do?
I found a place to be able to stay, and there are other kids down there, so kind of become family, and then find a way to survive together.
So, what changed?
What do you mean?
Well, eventually you must have left, so did you just grow up and decide to leave, or?
No, that's still my home, Lamb.
So, what caused you to leave the first time?
Uh, that would be when I got my abilities for the first time. Well, it wasn't the first, like immediately. I did some training the way I could, and then eventually left.
how did that come about?
Me, me finding my goddess. Um, so that's a bit of a story. Before we get into that, Lamb, uh, so I feel like we're just dancing around asking me who she is at this point, and when you go to a town or to anybody, a stranger you've never met, and you say, "Oh yeah, I'm Lamb. I follow the Dagda." How do people react? What do they do?
Well, some of them are a bit surprised. Some of them didn't really quite ken who I'm talking about, but most of them seem to know is well related to most of to feed that
Mm-hmm.
favoured to mortals in to big war. So most folk who recognise the name recognise he's friendly and are
Mm-hmm.
usually fine with me as a result.
Right, and when you talk about Ervid, what happens?
Not too much usually.
They ask you to help them out, heal people, do things around town for them.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah. When I started, and I would go out and be like, "Hey, I follow my goddess. Would you like to know what happened to me?" I would save the town from whatever happened. Wild animals, and they would chase me out, throw stones, have torches. They would there would be nobles who would um, make up stories about how I was a necromancer bringing death upon their town, and they would try to drown me in rivers. That there's never a good response when I go up to a temple and say, "Hey, this is who I'm following," because it's just seen bad. I tr- and for about I would say a year I tried just telling people, and it was a terrible choice. And so I stayed silent for a really long time. I found a group of people and I traveled with them and stuck with them for about a year and a half. And then we were doing a fight near the coast and had set up camp. And then I see these birds in the sky and I'm like, oh, there's three birds. And that's kind of a symbol, right? Three birds circling. Maybe it's time that I finally tell him. And everybody's a little still drunk from, the high of battle. And I'm like, why not? So I tell them the truth. I'm like, yeah, I serve the Morrigan. It's been years now.
Oh,
And I carry her mark willingly. And the leader of our group, he looks at me like I've grown a pair of wings.
oh,
And uh, our magic user looks like she's about to set her own robe on fire in our camp. And I get some that won't speak to me; they won't look in my eye. Some One looks at me like she knew the whole time, and then they go off and have a private discussion and start arguing. And then it becomes loud enough that I can hear them arguing about me specifically. And
oh,
then they come over and tell me that they cannot handle having somebody around them that worships a goddess of death or battle, and it will just that I, as a person, will bring them doom and misfortune, and I'm cursing all of them just by being there. So, uh, my friend Rowan comes up after they all go off after they voted that I'm out of the group, and he lets me know that I should head out before they come back and change their mind to do something worse, and maybe I should avoid them if possible. So that's what I've done. I left, and I have not seen them ever again. And that is my usual experience, Lamb, when I tell people, hey, this is who my lady is. They don't seem to like it. They don't like that I grew up in her temple, even though it was abandoned. No one likes it.
Well, from the sounds of things, you'd know where else to grow up. And you say you carry her mark willingly.
Yes, I do. She saved my life.
And she keeps you safe?
That she does. Well, I mean, technically, I think I died because of her statue, but she did bring me back.
Hmm.
I'm not 100% on that one. I wasn't
That
awake
sounds like
for all of
another
it.
story.
Well,
I.
that I might have skipped it. It was kind of part of the whole. Oh, how did you get your powers from her?
Oh, ho. What happened with the statue? Did it speak to you?
No, I made bad choices, and somebody may have died in the process. And I was running in the dark and climbed a statue that I then fell off of her, and it may have impaled me entirely. I have a scar. He'll move down his right sleeve and show you. There's gouges all across his right forearm, going
Oh, shit.
up to his wrist. That's from her
Jeez.
antlers.
Ooh. Yeesh.
Precious.
Jack makes sure that his own sleeves are rolled down all the way, and he kind of gathers his shirt up a little bit. And the Phantom Queen's never done me any harm.
Hmm.
I've got no problem having you around.
People are quick to judge, often.
I'll not say her name though.
Probably for the best, but I mean, it's a surprise, but well, I can't say nothing against her. To be fair, there was once a time long, long ago, the Dagda and to Morrigan were attached. It was before the war, of course, but
Oh yeah, the war broke up a bunch of them.
that being said, if truly she's minded you and and kept you well and doesn't seem to be driving you towards strange or dreadful ends,
That
then
might
I've
be
nothing to say against
unavoidable.
it. Well, she, goddess of death and battle. Eh, well, it seems at least she cares for you well as she can in her way, and if she's done you no harm, then I've nothing to say against it, nor you.
We'll see if you stick to that. There's like a multiple of them, so it's a little confusing. The whole. I think some of them might be mad at some of her and not all of her. It's a little confusing, even for me.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
In fairness, I never really did try to keep up too closely with which fee were affiliated with which ones, especially not before the war, never mind afterwards. There's been so many tales that it's a little hard to see which ones are true and which ones are anything from hearsay to rumor.
well, if you're going based off of tales, everything you've heard about her is probably terrible.
A lot of it. But you know, tales is tales, so if you've tales of how she's treated you, I'll hear them as well.
And it's not like we talk. Um, uh, I mean, I almost died and she saved me. She gave me that cloak that I gave Madden. I think.
With his
I mean,
fancy little cloak.
it just kind of appears, so I assume
Spins
it's from
around.
her.
Ah,
A gift shared.
who knows? Mayhaps we'll lend a wee bit of extra insurance for Madden. I hope. It does look good on him too.
Well,
I'm
that
gonna
was kind of what
say
I thought.
that Madden's like, stop it. Um, Madden hasn't really looked shocked at all by a lot of the revelations being told.
They did share
Um,
a tent for like a week.
yeah. I will say, because like I don't think Madden's hiding anything and is like sitting more on the Varys side of this conversation, so he's like everybody can see him. Also, he didn't think about that.
Hmm.
But does seem shocked by the story about like his like the group he was with kicking him out, like that
Oh.
story, that he didn't know that one.
Mm.
But basically Madden's been sitting there just like going from like just watching people's faces, and is kind of oh, like I'll throw hands at any I'll throw hands
I
literally at
feel
any
like
moment if I
Lamb kind
must.
of expected that a little bit.
I'll throw hands.
I don't feel like
Uh,
Lamb's surprised to see that.
Yeah, so I think Madden's just kind of quiet, knew most of this anyways,
Mm-hmm.
and is just is like, if things go sideways, I'm ready to I guess tussle. But he doesn't expect that. That's not something he was expecting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like Lamb is, I think, visibly a little uncomfortable, but Varys said from the outset, like when this first was brought up, that he didn't like to discuss who he worshipped because it was one of the Fae who was not fond of mortals. So that at least tracks, makes sense, fills in a lot of gaps, and in fairness, Lamb was also being truthful in being measured in her reaction. She's uncomfortable, but she's not scared of Varys. She's not moved away from him. She's not regarding him with fear or hostility.
I don't think we have any intention of going anywhere without you. So
All right. Well, I promised to answer everything. So, do you have more questions, Lamb, or was that the only one?
But that was the biggest one, in fairness. I suppose, I'm curious to know your quest with the Boundless. Is that handed to you by your lady, or is that something that you took upon yourself by choice?
So it's kind of both. So it's not like she gave me a vision, being like, "Hey, there are these guys out there that you really need to deal with."
Hmm.
Um,
Of course not. That'd be silly.
like, thank you. No, if she's gonna talk to me, she'll probably show up in person.
Oh my.
The last time she was crying, so I don't really want that to happen. Uh, but
Lamb trying to fathom watching a Fae cry?
but it's more of a part of the people in Moloch do treat us terribly, but also part of the reason none of us can ever afford anything is because everybody in Sealock is also still having to pay for protection or other things, and like having to recoup costs because of the boundless. They still get into the city and take things and cause problems there, and it became an issue. It was part of the whole reason that this guard may have died and why I ran from them. Um,
Hmm.
but they've just made it impossible for people to even consider ever helping each other, even though we've tried to build that community down there. And so, I was like, oh, what, this was 10 years ago almost, so like early 20, like maybe 19 when I went up and was like, I'm gonna deal with them. And then I realized that there were a lot of them and I didn't really know how to swing a sword. Like
Oh.
I could do it, but not very well.
Hmm.
But I started actually learning about what was happening and that they might be part of the root problem. And so I tried dealing with them and I wasn't very good at it.
Hmm.
And and then I almost quit entirely, but then I went back to it.
Hmm.
It's but it's not her saying, "Oh, these guys specifically," but because they exist, it is them specifically now that I know of them
Hmm.
because of what they're doing. Does that make sense? So, like, if I found another group that was the Boundless, but with a different aim, I'd be like, "Oh, I have to deal with them now."
Hmm.
If it's the same problem,
Mm-hmm. Oh, gracious.
things make much more sense now.
Certainly do.
How do you all feel about I take all the money and I open the sky so that they can see her temple? I tried to run this by Madden and he didn't really seem to say yes or no to it, so I'm fielding it.
What?
Like destruction of public property, but also if I do it from underneath, I'm just creating a skylight.
Pardon me. I'm
Yes.
not sure I understood you.
Oh, I keep thinking it'd be real nice if they had to see where they've put us. Instead of us all being underground, like if there was a way they had to see us instead of it just being entirely underground. I've
Instead
just
of
been
them being
thinking
able to
about it.
ignore you, I rather
Exactly.
think I think it's not fair at all that that's the situation you're stuck in and that you're condemned to be stuck in and ignored for life. I think you'd best put in a skylight. 10 skylights even.
I'll see if
Take
I
out
can
the
get
floor.
10 skylights worth. I'll look into it.
Lamb is here for public property destruction if it means people don't go ignored.
If you make it so they can see you and they can't look away, they just move you farther.
Hmm.
Well, I don't think any of their guards could actually move me anymore. I'm no longer like 7 years old.
You also have a dirty great
Hey,
skate
that
sword.
makes all the difference.
But I
They
understand.
won't send guards then, or they won't send them when you're awake, and you won't be the only one they will send them after.
Listen, I'm not saying this is the plan. A lot of steps before then. Just an idea of the maybe.
This will take more work than just us
I rather
or
think
you.
so. More work than just skylights too, but I rather think there's no cause to leave folk suffering in darkness forever. There's no reason.
I agree. Though a lot of them have lived there their whole lives, so they probably are okay with the fact it's dark. Might have to talk. I'll have to talk with everybody, see what they think.
Well, let them choose to stay inside if they like, but at least give them the option of the sky. That's how I feel.
It's hard when that's all you know, but
It's true. But the sky is free. So is the air. It's meant to be.
agreed.
Hmm? You're welcome to go talk to the king on my behalf.
I darned well might. I've a right mind to. I dinna think that it's very fair he's ignoring his subjects. If he's sitting in his capital and he's got a place right down in his basement that's suffering like this, I think he's not much of a king at all. Not at all, at all.
I agree.
A lot of folks probably agree with you. I don't know about the people upstairs, but a lot of them.
Well, not as though the king being knocked off of his crown is on our mission statement, but if it happens to come along to part, then perhaps we'll make a small detour.
I'm sure your adventuring guild will have that as an option. Will
Definitely,
definitely be on your job list.
Gwyneth will be so eager. Throw hands with the crown.
I
Aye.
wonder about that.
Nay, but if there is anything that we can do to help you or the folks that helped you make your way, Varys, I'd like to offer that.
Suppose we'll see. You can always look out for information about Morrigan, because a lot of people destroyed it. Even in her temple, it was kind of hard to find anything. So, trying to rebuild that. But also, maybe she'll just come by and I can ask her and we can write out her stories.
Do you think
Must be
she'd
useful.
like that?
And she might. Something to share with the family.
Mayhaps.
And is there anything else? I feel like I've taken up a lot of your morning. This was supposed to just be like a breakfast chat, and I've just been kind of going on and on about my woes.
Well, I had
You're
a good
allowed.
long whinge first, so in fairness. And Varys, thank you. Really. Would you like a hug?
You know, I suppose.
Lamb opens her big ol' arms, shuffles on in. Great big verbal hugs.
He'll accept it. He's a little tense, but has been this entire time.
She just gives him these big, very warm, soft. It's a big, firm, like bear hug. Not quite like squeeze your soul back into your body type, but like just good and firm embracing.
Like a weighted blanket.
Yeah. You were right, brave. Thank you.
I was just, I was ready to leave if need be.
I noticed you'd left your pack by the door, and I was a little concerned.
Ah, well, I promised to talk about it, but also if I wasn't going to stick around.
Clearly, it hasn't gone well in the past.
As you said, I can understand why you'd prepare for the worst, but so long as you're doing no harm to us and to innocent folk, I've no reason to have any problem with you. And you're welcome with us.
Right, well, it's getting a little cramped in here. Is there anything else we're doing? Are we going after that? Am I going after that guy with you? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't think I can let him leave if you let me come with you.
Is that part of your thing with your lady?
It's kind of part of the oath. It's,
Okay. Alright. Well,
I've
Do you
sort of
owe
not
her
followed it
life?
before. Well, sort of.
Hmm.
Like I said, I'm like, I wasn't awake. I'm 99% sure I was my first sacrifice to her.
Hmm.
But it's not like I have to give her people all the time. Sometimes that is why my hand had blood on it. It's part of the thing. It's nothing to worry about.
Okay. So long as it's not just hurting yourself or other things or other people willy nilly, but perhaps for the purposes of this particular trip, I I feel strongly that mayhaps if we can push on this Reynold person a wee bit when he's in a poor state in an alley after he's had his whole night whinging his belly out, mayhaps he'll have a change of heart. Mayhaps he'll decide it's not worth it and he'll go be a cobbler or something somewhere. And I swear, my hand to the doctor, if it seems he's just right about to turn right back around and go right back to what he's doing, I'll not stop nobody from making sure he doesn't hurt nobody else, whatever that takes.
All right, so it sounds like I can't go because there's a chance that you want to let him go.
If it turns out that he needs to be killed, then I believe very firmly it wouldn't be very much trouble for you to find him on account of I doubt very much he'd change up his habits from one conversation. So, I don't know. I would like an opportunity to see whether or not he'll choose to be something else.
Lamb, could I ask you a question? Madden's now like I think like Varys and Madden are switching places, and now Madden's getting really tense. He's like,
Yeah,
trade,
okay. Yeah,
trade,
okay.
my turn.
Yeah, okay.
So here's my thing. I told you I'd listen to you on this if there was that we could discuss things if it seemed somebody was redeemable. Do you think someone who burned that town to the ground becomes a cobbler and that's redeemed? Is that fair?
Well, I didn't think that this man, I didn't believe he was part of any of that specific action. Not that I've
It
heard.
sounds like he's done a lot of shit like that. It's exactly what it sounds like. Is there a limit? How many deaths? How many buildings? How many picked pockets? What's the limit on you get to go be a cobbler? I need to know what your line is because I think ours are very different.
Well, I can rightly say this is nothing I've never had to think about before. So, I I didn't know if there's a number of crimes past which a man decides he's too soiled to go back the other way. But I do believe that there's a moment before that point of no return when perhaps a man drowning might throw up a hand. And if there is a hand to catch that hand, mayhaps he'll see a chance to live better. I don't know. If one man can stop doing evil and then choose to do good, and there are those who do, I think it's worth offering to hand. And if it's ignored, or if the chance is taken advantage of in bad faith, then maybe that was not wise, but I still believe that it's right to offer to hand.
I believe if I am presented with a bandit who continues his banditry, who goes out there and is killing people, and maybe he feels terrible about it, and yet he continues, and I decide to forgive him, and his cowardice or his need or his fear bring him back to it, every death after that is my fault. Every single death is mine. If they have a pattern, it is likely they will return to it under duress. I'm not saying don't look for those hands. I'm just telling you there are some people that I'm not sure I could allow it. Not after that town.
So I'll listen to you. I'll ask for mercy and I'll listen if you look and you see there's no chance that it will find good ground.
I think Varys has to come. Without us, there's four of us. Two of us might fall down on one side of the decision, and two on the other, and then we're at an impasse. We need a
Oh, well,
tiebreaker.
we know how Varys is going to vote, so
Yeah,
I
but
think
the
we
thing
should
is,
bring Varys.
if I go, I'm just going. There's not going to be a vote. If I'm being quite honest.
Varys hasn't agreed to this democracy. That was
No,
just us.
I'm okay with you telling me I can't come, and I'll figure it out in my brain and be like, okay, you can't come because you're hunting for different ones. Like I'll go to this. I'll try to find the Fight Club again and learn some information or something.
I'd bet there's
But
plenty of right nasty folk who want to go bust up each other's lips and noses and things.
I want to go to the
exactly,
Fight Club.
like I
That
don't
sounds
think
fun.
there's anybody there right now. But
If we don't go soon, he's going to sober up and crawl his way out of the alley, and then we'll have to go find him at a different place.
Oh,
And
that's true.
how many folk will he harm along his way until we see him next?
listen, if he's as drunk as you all say, how about I will just be in the market? Like, you didn't bring breakfast up, so I still need to eat something. So I will go do that. And then if there's a tie and you need me to come break the tie with nobody looking,
I'm gonna break the die. Wink, wink, wink.
I can break the tie.
We could just send Kian by himself to make his own decision about it and come back and promise never to tell any of us what he did.
All right.
Please don't do that.
Hey, man, come on, man.
I would trust him, but that seems like an awful lot of responsibility.
I don't even. I honestly don't see the point of going to begin with, but sure.
Gather information is why I thought we were going, but
That's the big thing.
maybe
And then maybe one less bandit.
we'll chance to mete out some bonus justice, as it were.
Yeah, Varys, you can go get something to eat in the market, and if we cannot come to a decision, we'll tell you about it and we'll go on our way. I love the tiebreaker. It's like, hey, we can't decide, so you gotta go figure it
And,
out, Varys.
yeah, you
Yeah, Varys, go
go
figure it out.
Hey, that just means
decide.
the murder is not on your hands where guards are
Yeah.
around.
It just
Yeah.
takes it off of our plate, kind of, to be like, well, we
Yes.
let you live. Varys, we let him live. And Varys is like, okay. And then
Okay, so the death is
like, the opposite
outsourced to
way.
me.
Cool, I'll be right back, Let's go. I don't think he's sobering up at 7 a.m., but I'd like to get there before he does.
I'd prefer that as well. I.
We'll go get him. Let's go
Right.
find him.
Let's go do it. Whew.
You all can start heading out of the tavern.
Real quick, as we're heading out, I think there's like a moment right before like Madden and Varys leave, and Madden will like kind of like put a hand like on the back of his neck. No matter what happens, you have me, okay?
It really didn't seem like they all were fully on board with that, and so I feel like you're gonna have to gauge that when I'm not around.
Yeah. I'll keep an ear out. See if it's more than discomfort.
Mm-hmm. It's like they were all way too okay with it, considering.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I really
You're
thought your
fine.
friends were going to be bigger dicks than that.
I thought your friends were going to try and fight me.
Well, they really
Like,
suck.
they would have all had a bad time, but I thought they were going to fight me.
And
They would have
in
all died.
fairness,
But
the Morrigan did lead the Fae against the mortals. The Morrigan was the
And we
cheerleader
love
on
a
Team
boss
We Hate
babe.
Mortals.
Hey, you gotta just ask her what was going on, I guess.
Hey,
That
Gertie,
was
what's
like
up?
500 years ago or whatever.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Just ignore
Yeah.
the fact that time does not mean that much to them.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yesterday to her, she's like,
For
I
us-
just did that.
She's
That
like, that
just
was
happened.
that was last weekend.
And I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Up top, Varys, and then they high five.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's fine. If need be, we'll bring Sylvie in on it. She can kill them all on her own anyway. She's
Yeah,
got
okay.
this.
I'm sure.
Sorry, what?
I'm sure everything will be fine.
Yeah. What?
And I'll pat the front of the armor. It's gonna be fine.
Well, he's gonna bring his skate sword with. He's already dressed up. He
Yeah.
might as well ride through
Yeah.
the market.
Yeah. He needs his trusty steed.
Yeah. What if he has to outrun guards later?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like casually on a skateboard moving while
Oh no.
while they're following you. Hey, stop!
Just
He's so
No.
fast.
Kickflip, kickflip.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. To the alleyways near the brothel.
hooray! It's 7
Where we
a.m.
like to go at 7 a.m.
This is our favorite place to go at 7 a.m.
The alley outside the Hooters.
Yeah.
Hey,
We go in the trash can for the
dip and
wings.
sip, okay. It has a name.
Right, right.
You all can head to the alleyways in that area, but that's where we're going to take a break. And thank you all for joining. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Go get some snacks and drinks.
Enjoy. Thank you, 10.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back for episode 12 of Gossamer Vale. We just took our 10-minute break. Now we're jumping right back into things. The team just spent a chunk of their morning interrogating their friend Varys about, his life story and his goddess, the Morrigan, who is technically a bad god who may or may not have been involved in leading the war against the mortals. Semantics. Doesn't matter.
We
Everybody
accept
was
him
fine with it,
regardless.
apparently. So y'all sent him off to go get some breakfast because he cannot be trusted to give a bandit a chance to redeem himself. And you all are headed towards the brothel to see if you can find anything. So, what's the plan?
We look for this guy. We look
I
for a
mean,
dude in an
Follow.
alley.
Lamb knows the most direct route to the brothel, and we'll walk y'all there. And presumably he will be in yonder
we'll
alley
follow
next
your
to
lead.
the
To be
brothel.
fair, we could even split up because if this dude's
Sure.
drunk in an alley, we could just be like, "Hey, he's guys, come back this way. He's over here."
Yeah.
Are you splitting up?
Do you want to?
I mean, it seems like it's a quicker way to cover ground, and I truly think that each one of us, like alone, could take like one drunk man.
It does rather sound like he's about ready to fall right down by the time he's put out on his arse. At that hour, anyhow.
I think we could even handle him like when he's like fully up and conscious, but he's not. It seems to be the case. So
I
Okay.
suppose it'll be a little faster and quick enough to get to other folks'
yeah,
background.
we won't engage alone. We'll gather everyone, but that does cover a lot of ground a lot more quickly.
I didn't disagree. Let's see whether or not we can find him in the alley right next door to.
Let's check that alley first,
like-
and then we can split. Let's
Exactly.
check the close alley.
The one that we're pretty sure he winds up sleeping in for at least an hour or two.
You never know how far he'll wander. So yeah, let's just check out the close alleys, and then we can start fanning out.
That seems to make sense to me.
Right? If you check the alleys directly around the building and you do not find him there, so I need to know how far are you guys splitting up? Like, approximate feet wise.
Well, I mean,
I'm asking in feet.
I'm asking how long does it take you to run there?
Hey, in a round, if you were dashing, how many rounds?
How long? That's the question. I'm gonna be straight up in a round.
Oh,
I think a
Okay.
pair of us should go down this alley, a pair of us should go down that way, and then cross back in a classic pincher maneuver.
Well,
I'd be willing to go like a full mile away from like the group.
Hey, I don't care what you choose. I just need to know
yeah.
what you choose.
What's a normal amount of feet to go down an alley? I don't know.
That's a good
humongous
fucking
town.
question. I mean,
Not
it's
a
like
huge town.
it's not huge. It's like 15-20 minutes to walk from one place to another place almost unilaterally.
Yeah, I mean,
Tell
this
you
guy,
what.
he's not moving more than like what, like a mile. So I would be like,
Yeah.
set the parameter at a mile, and maybe we keep like kind of scattered
Crossing
so
paths.
that everybody is like a little closer to the next person, but like, we cover enough ground to find this guy.
Still probably
So that-
travel in pairs.
I think that's for the best, just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
What are our pairs?
Who do you want to go with, Lamb?
Well, I rather think that you and Madden have a very good rapport, and I think that perhaps the two of you would work well together, and Jack and I could take the other way. Jack seems to know most towns right well, and I believe you've been through here before, have you no?
I traveled through here once or twice, but around this brothel here, this is your territory. You were here yesterday.
Aye, but it's not like I was canvassing the area, nor getting very familiar, I'll
Either way,
confess.
it's just
But,
some streets and alleyways. We'll find our way.
aye, shouldn't be too difficult, but I figure, Jack will be able to navigate us most anywhere we need to get, and if you
Madden
lot
starts
need to find
walking.
us, Clover can.
Sounds good. Kian will catch up.
I suppose we'd best get to it.
Let's find this man. Yeah, we'll walk a
Looking
mile of
for the junk
alleyways
man.
and
So
then head back.
I'm just doing the math of how many rounds worth of running
It
is
would take
part
so
of
long.
miles.
It would be like
I'm
there's no
just
point.
checking.
There'd be no
So-
point.
I'm gonna roll a dice.
Hmm. Just randomize it.
Everyone's cycling
Oh,
out.
wow.
Good,
There
good.
goes.
Yeah. Hey, it gives me a
Jack
chance to
says,
roll the dice.
OBS, just, giving us the RNG.
Yeah, OBS is just helping out.
He was also talking about storms, so.
Oh yeah, it's really stormy here.
Yeah, there've been storms rolling through my area as well, periodically. Not so much tonight, but
Okay, we will go with that number.
Get to the alley. He's so big. He's so aware.
Oh, no.
He is such a big
So
hammer.
cold
he just
sober.
crushes you with his hand.
Oh, wait,
Maybe.
hold on.
And
Splatter.
You
then
guys didn't say he was this big.
one person
Well,
from
Lamb
each
didn't ask
group
for a
is
physical
gonna roll.
description because she's never interrogated anyone before.
Then I need perception checks.
Okie dokie.
Perception.
Or
Hey, are you good
investigation,
at-
whatever you're feeling.
Are you good at those things, Kian? How are you at a perception check?
better
I'm
at
a plus
perception.
4 at perception, which is better than my investigation.
I'm going to give you advantage. So how
Please
about
do.
you roll the perception checks?
Okay.
Yeah, Lamb, you can have advantage because you would have help
Oh, excellent.
from your teammate who is here in spirit.
Yes.
Gregory, I
We
need
all
you to
know
get
it.
your shit together.
We all love it.
What'd you do? What'd you roll?
Oh, 5. Wait, sorry, 4 plus 2, 6.
21.
My other roll was in that one, so.
You rolled a 1 and a 2? Katie, I want my roll back. Take it from me. Don't let him
Katie,
have
I
it.
want my Kian dice.
Katie, please.
Don't. I want to take back my advantage.
right
He
here.
doesn't get it.
Like, yeah, and Mad Dice are right there next to me. I just haven't gone to the post
They're just
office.
watching.
Yeah, they're waiting in the wings.
Mm.
All right,
Till
so
I'm
we got
real
a 6
desperate.
and a 21. Nice.
It
Cool,
sucks
cool,
if
cool.
he's where we are. We're gonna trip
Yeah.
on him.
You
We're
just
gonna
step on him.
stumble on top of him.
I don't see anyone.
Looks like Kyle
No.
lost power for a second in the
Oh,
storm.
no.
The router's coming back up.
That's all right. We'll have Jillian roll me a d20.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, me.
You.
Oh boy.
Do I want high or low? what happens here? in
Katie will
dice?
never tell.
That would be a 12. Now imagine I could have had a 14 on that perception check.
Damn.
Not good, but better.
Would have been better.
Wee.
I gotta remember that you just don't roll super well,
Yeah.
and I need to not
I don't know
give
why
the
anybody
advantage
lets
to
me
you.
roll.
We gotta
Don't
sage
dice
your
are
roll.
just
dice or
really
something,
mean to
man.
you.
I don't know what's
We
going
tried.
on.
We put them in the moon. We did a whole thing.
Gotta do it
We put the
again.
tray in the moon.
You
They
might
don't
have to
like
write
it.
a whole ritual for them. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe they're
Mm.
finicky.
They need to have, their character that they're for, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
I need
that's
to get
the
on
thing.
this.
Yeah, these
This
guys
is
are
my
believe
fault.
that.
non-denominational dice.
They're unaligned. That's the problem.
Cat dice are usually nice to me, but tonight they said, fuck you.
Oh no.
Well,
Do we trip on him? We just.
you face planted right on top of this man.
Oh my
Oof.
god.
Ow. Oh, hey, man.
Oh hey, what's up?
Ian, you'll tell them that he attacked me first, right?
Sure.
Ian, you'll tell
Boy.
them that, right?
Oh boy.
Well, we'll start with what's going on with Kian and Madden, while we wait for Jack to arrive.
Hmm.
You two not finding much of anything with this six. Like there's broken glass bottles everywhere. These could have been drunk by anybody. And
Mm.
Any
these
drunk
keep,
in this
Alleys
city.
are a
they keep
mess.
following just the trails that are not matching up to anything. And I think you would just end up outside of the fight club, outside of
Oh.
the apothecary. And it's like,
Huh.
oh, weird. Weird how this is the place we stumbled
Happen
upon.
to.
Mm.
Hmm.
So should
This
we
is
like go inside and just like take a look?
Maybe he's in there.
like it can't hurt, right?
It can't hurt. We go
I
in.
don't know.
Keep going.
Maybe he's
Good,
getting
good.
drunk in there. We don't know.
He could. We don't know. And I just want to see if there's just like a door that says Fight Club, and it's like, it's like a public thing, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Who knows?
Of course, it's a public thing.
Sure.
It says everyone welcome, actually. Please come in.
All
Aw.
welcome.
Wipe your shoes.
Y'all means
all
all.
fighters welcome. Y'all
Check
means
your
all.
item, check your weapons in. They all have to get those special tags on them to prove that
Yeah.
they've been, approved by the club.
Right,
Mhm.
right. The little orange ones.
Yeah, little orange tag.
Cute.
Don't worry, I'm just rolling to see what type of person runs this shop.
Ah.
Our typical,
Reincarnate
I hope
table.
it's a tabaxi.
I hope so too.
funnily enough, that is what I rolled.
Holy
What?
shit!
Wow.
I
You
did
guys
roll
Sense
that.
it.
spoke it into
That's a
existence.
tabaxi.
Guys.
And you're just opening the door and see this tabaxi person is in the shop at the counter, and we switch over to Lamb and Jack.
Ah.
All right, so you guys rolled a 21 for your perception while you
Yes.
were gone
Yes.
to try to find this guy.
Uh-huh. Hi, Kyle.
Hello, welcome.
Harley, listen.
I don't know, but it's part of the thing apparently.
It's
I
They
guess to
can't
not
hear
wake
you
him
if you
up.
whisper.
We're trying not to wake him up, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are right over him. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
If you're quiet enough, you can
Yeah.
interrogate him before Madden gets there.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys get a chance to start. We should have given you guys Clover and been like, all right, Clover, go get Team Madden.
She's
and bring her
busy
back."
resting
Honestly,
in the
where
hair.
is he? Or where is she?
She's in Madden's
she's with
hair.
us.
Yeah,
She's
with
that's where
y'all.
she's been.
She's in
Not
the
on
Madden
duty.
nest.
No,
She's-
she's on
she's-
duty. She's just not flying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's always
Madden
alert.
Madden is the squad car.
Yes.
All right, so have we found this
Not yet.
gentleman? Okay.
I
No.
started with Kian and Madden. They did not find anything because they rolled really bad, and they are currently about to walk into the apothecary
Where
because
the
that's around where they ended up.
yeah.
We stumbled
But
into the apothecary. It was right
They,
there. And we're like,
the
well,
right
door is open. They
there.
haven't stepped in yet, just in case.
just in case you guys start screaming.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
just
just
in case he starts screaming.
the
But we'll
JoJo's
see.
Bizarre Adventure freeze frame of the feet on the threshold of the door.
Yes, but not.
No.
With your 21, Lamp, you're spotting everything. You have a pretty good thought. Since you were here last night and you talked to the woman,
Mhm.
like,
I
you
might not have
find-
gotten a physical description, but I have an idea of the
you've
guy.
got a vibe.
I've got a vibe.
And as you're going along, you find just a random shoe on the ground, some scratches on the wall that kind of look like, somebody that was wearing gear that stumbled into it. Maybe their
Ooh.
scabbard got caught.
Huh.
And
Well,
then
that seems odd.
a little bit of a trail of coins. I
Ooh.
need to know if you two are stealthing.
No. Jack is picking up coins.
All right, you can have 10 coppers.
Sweet.
I feel like Lamb actually is kind of being quiet as she is following this trail. Like she's kind of in the headspace of following after a deer. It's like she's trying not to spook him.
Yeah. So that the problem is Jack is not.
Yeah. True.
and is with you.
Yeah, true.
Very loudly
So
picking up coins.
Yeah.
irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
It's now
Lamb,
irrelevant.
quiet as a mouse. Jack, picking up coins very
I'll
happily,
let
chuckling to
you
himself.
can roll and see how quiet you are.
Probably
Lamb.
not very. Lamb is not stealthy, generally
You can roll
speaking.
your stealth.
But I
See
can
how
try.
quiet you are.
We will see. The dice tell me not at all. It's a natural one.
You two are so loud walking down
I don't
these
understand.
alleys.
Lamb is just distracted by the fact that she's not in the forest. She knows how to be quiet in the forest.
Mm,
The city is a different matter. Cobblestones are
Right.
noisy. It doesn't matter what you do.
well,
Oh well.
with a nat 1.
Yes.
High five.
Hey, these rolls, really good this session.
Stumbles
It
into a
makes up
metal
for the
trash
amount of
can.
nat 20s you all have gotten in one session.
That is true. We've had an
Karma.
obscene number of nat 20s in one session once or
Mhm.
twice.
That you both, even though you're being kind of loud, you walk into this opening in an alley that kind of is this shadowy recess between some of the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty well hidden. Like, you aren't going to spot this from one of the front shops or a main road. Real nice place to nap. You see, slumped against a wall, there's a guy with like this half covered muddy cloak on. He looks like early 20s, short, tousled blonde hair. You can see like there's a little bit of a point to his ears, really uneven stubble across his face.
Yeah.
And you can see there's like a half-healed bruise under one of his eyes.
Hmm.
You can also see surrounding him are about 5 children that you do recognize from accosting you in the market, who
Ah!
are like aged 8 to 12, rooting through this man's things. One is trying to get his belt off. Another has a dagger in their hand. You can see that
You
one
know?
of them is holding up a piece of paper that looks kind of like a map. And they're all holding an assortment of things. And
Hi,
the
laddie.
oldest one,
Ooh.
as soon as you say that, head snaps up and yells, "Run! His friends are here!"
Oh, we're...
He's no kin of ours.
Nee, we
And
actually were trying to stop him from upsetting some other folk.
you can try to roll persuasion, but they are moving.
Yeah.
18?
Oh, damn. Thank God for you. 6.
18. You will get 2 of them to stay. So let me see which ones run. That one runs. That one runs. Okay. The oldest looking one stays, and the youngest one, who's kind of tripping over his own feet, has stumbled, but the one holding the map has run, one that has something small in their hands, and another with a pouch in their hand has run off.
All right. I appreciate you stopping. He's no friend of ours. Appreciate you didn't mention you saw us here, honestly. Do you happen to know his name?
Yeah, I know him. It's Reynault. Says it's on
That's what we were
his
suspecting.
stuff.
And you're welcome to his stuff, but I would like that map that your friend ran off with. Here's
Can't do anything about the map. I don't have the map.
well, if you fetch it for me, there's a gold piece in it for you.
In fact, I'll make it too. we rather think that he may be up to something not very good, not very far from here, and we're wondering if that map might show us where, so we can stop it.
I will let you roll persuasion again.
Hmm.
You're bribing him so you can
Mhm.
have advantage.
Well, thank God for the advantage. Is that a nat 20?
Not 20 on mine. But
Hell
I think we
yeah!
both rolled with advantage, so I don't think that's quite fair.
I mean, like,
I hate to like take the wind out of our sails, but
oh no, dude, that's brilliant. Take it, take it. No, I got a 15 with mine.
that's a total of 24 for, or, yeah, 20, no,
Mm-hmm.
23 for persuasion.
Kind of stands up straighter. 2 gold. Okay. You have to go ask her yourself, but I will tell her I recommend it. It's Tansy gets the maps. She likes them.
That's understandable. I'd not ask for it if we didn't think it was important.
Don't I think we even need to keep it? We just want to copy it.
We can give it back.
You gonna keep our hideout a secret?
Absolutely. My aunted father.
Hmm.
You have my word. Here's one of the gold. We'll give the other one when we've copied the map.
He'll pocket it. Okay.
Thank you. And what's your name?
I'm Patch. That's Drab. Drab has really greasy hair.
Oh, buddy. Right.
Yeah, I'm Drab.
Oh, good to meet you. Thank you very much. I'm Lamb, that's Jack. And we'd be very appreciative if we could have that map pretty soon, if possible. Would you be able to run after your friend?
You'll have to come with us.
Oh, aye.
Lamb, you want to go? I'll wait here. I'll send Hazel out to look for the others, and we'll meet up with you.
Okay. You'll be alright?
I'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Lead the way. I'll be right along.
Those kids are gonna mug Lamb.
Lamb is 8 feet tall.
Trouble. And she's not gonna punch a kid. So
She wouldn't. Frankly, if these kids decided they needed to take her
She'd be like,
life
okay,
in order to exist,
here's
she'd be
your
like,
stuff.
that seems fair.
All right, here's all my things.
Here
Have
you
a
go.
good day.
That's understandable. Have a nice day.
Mm-hmm. All right, you send Hazel out. I'll let you just roll a luck check. If you high, she gets to them while they're outside. Low,
13.
they went inside. 13?
Lucky 13.
All right, but right before you two step into the shop, you do see Jack's owl.
Woohoo.
Huh. So can you like wait like 2 minutes, or is it like pressing, like talking to the bird?
Woohoo.
Jack just sent this thing out to find it. He's not looking through its eyes or anything. He's watching this unconscious man on the ground, making sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. So this is just a bird going, woohoo.
It's just an owl circling above you.
Yeah, Jack's
Found
just
you.
sitting down on a stoop next to this drunkard.
What do you think, Ian? Should we start jogging back the other way, or do we just take a peek real quick, or we have like half a foot in the doorway? We like open the door and we're like starting to wave, and we're like, hold on.
Ah, ah.
Ian? Oh, you're muted.
Oh no.
Ah, okay. I was like, something
Couldn't
ain't
hear
right
ya.
here.
What'd you say?
I'm like, tell me, what are we
What?
doing?
What
Tell
we
us what you
doing?
think.
What do you speak?
I mean, that's clearly a sign, but
Hmm.
just a once around.
Yeah, like we'll be in for like what, a minute, 2 minutes? And then we'll jog back. He's drunk and probably unconscious in an alley, right?
They're fine.
It'll be,
Jack's
and
fine.
honestly, maybe let them have a head start before we show up, right?
Probably for the best, honestly.
Give Lamb a head start. Um, my mind's made up, so
Yeah.
we go into the apothecary.
Yeah.
Hello.
Let me look
Hi,
around
how
real
do you
quick,
do?
It's
and
the
then we'll jog back the other way.
apothecary.
Code switch.
Hey, hi,
It's an
hello.
apothecary. There's a tabaxi person at the counter.
You haven't seen any unsavory types around here, have you,
All
this
right, yeah,
morning?
Kian, go straight into it. Hell yeah.
Persuasion immediately, Kean.
Madden was just sort of like pretending to like look at shit and was gonna, where's the bad boys at?
Kean's
Says
not messing
Kian.
around.
15.
15.
Not bad.
Well, what kind are you looking for? There's
Oh, there's
like they're
multiple.
in town all the time.
Vagabonds, reprobates.
Yeah. I keep a list.
Oh, she has a list.
Ne'er do wells are on special.
Ooh, we just come back with a bunch of people. We're like, I don't
Who
know.
do you want to kill?
Whippersnappers? 10 for 10.
We happen to hear about some activities around here, so we're just looking for some fun, I suppose. Just looking for fun.
15. I'll let you roll as well.
What am I rolling? Persuasion?
Yes.
I'm not bad at that. Wasn't a super good roll though. Give me my advantage back, Gregory. I want it.
I burned it.
That will be a 9.
She kind of looks away from Menon. I'm not sure what kind you're looking for. We've got, people come in and steal stuff all the time. That's your thing.
If you want to rob me, I mean, is that what you're here to do? Okay.
No.
I'm not exactly into it, but
Got a victim of larceny fetish.
Oh no,
She
don't rob
does.
me.
oh
Don't.
no!
Pushes the button to watch the
Ooh.
security come and deal with it.
Madden will give up because she's not talking to him and is talking to Kian. It's like, Kian's got it. I'm going to
Mhm.
start looking for a way to, like, another door.
Mhm.
I'm going to be like, all right, I'll just go find a door.
King can just distract her.
Get her,
Uh,
Kian.
I'll definitely just like talk to her while Madden's looking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of unsavory occurrences around here.
Yeah, all kinds. You can roll me investigation or perception to look for your secret door.
I'll do my best.
It's an apothecary.
It can't be that big. There must be
It's
another door.
not that big of a building.
Or like, a little
on.
square on the floor, like a little cellar. Okay, hey, double digits, boys. Let's go. 14. Excited to be in the double digits.
Yeah. Eventually, after Kean's been up there for a while, just talking to her about the bandits and general riffraff that comes through
He's
town.
shopping at this point.
Yeah. She'll point out all the different things that they sell, the different types of leaves. It's a lot of, you know.
Does she have any willow bark or echinacea?
Let's see. Let me open up the plant chart. You said willow bark?
Yeah. I've got a potion to make.
Willow bark, echinacea. Which ones are they under? Just gotta see how rare it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't think it's too rare. But what do I know?
You can buy willow from her. You can get you a bark.
Bark.
I don't know how to
piece.
spell that other thing. So
Fair.
there it is.
One serving of willow bark, please.
Can have your willow bark. I'll take like a couple silvers from you. Let's go with 5 silver. Since you didn't have to hunt it down yourself.
I
This
didn't.
is in a nice little bundle with a twine string around some bark.
Fancy.
And you can roll a luck check for me to see if she has the other one. Because I'm struggling to find it on this right now.
3.
She's currently out.
Well, thanks for checking.
Okay, no problem. Things come and go in stock, so if you come by in a couple days, somebody might bring it by.
I'll keep that in mind.
But while she is leading Kian around the store, there's a square on the floor behind the counter.
Yeah. Looks over at them, looks at the square, looks over at them, looks at the square. Glances up at Clover, glances at the square on the floor. Just want to know if it's unlocked. It seems she's cool with being robbed. She won't care if I try to open doors in her business.
Where was the square? Sorry.
It's behind the counter where she was standing.
And now she's not standing there anymore.
Are you being sneaky about this?
You know, I don't even know if it's worth being sneaky about it. You know, I don't know if it's worth it. I'm gonna just like go behind the counter and see what happens.
As somebody who's played a paladin, valid.
No.
Just being rude and snoopy. Just like,
Yeah.
like, what's under here?
Yeah, that I'm just looking at stuff. I'm more deception
You got flour?
over stealthing, so I'd rather bullshit my way out of it if she's not cool with
Better
it.
to ask forgiveness than permission, right?
Yeah, so he'll just be like, "Oh, neat," and just go see if it opens.
You go over there while she is in the middle of handing something to Kian off a shelf, and it does just open up. It's not locked, and you see a set of stairs to go down, but it does make a noise, and she immediately turns. Hey, this is a one-floor shop. You can't go down there.
Is that not more shop?
No.
What is it? It's part of the shop. He's just gonna play stupid now. This upstairs, that downstairs shop.
He's got full himbo.
There are plenty of things in buildings that aren't part of stores. Like we have a back room, we got the basement, I sleep upstairs. That's where my house is.
Oh. So upstairs isn't shop?
No.
Huh.
She's gonna come over and shut it.
Well, he like shrugs. He's like, "Well, what are you gonna do? I guess if upstairs and downstairs aren't shop."
Goes looking around shelves.
Kian, are you almost done?
Yeah, I just paid, so we're good.
Well, you have a nice day, Mrs. You thought you were gonna get out of this. You ain't getting out of this.
Nah.
Her name is Sable. It's Sable.
Is she a black tabaxi?
She is now, because you said it.
It makes sense for the name.
We created this woman.
She's
We
beautiful.
add that
I
to my
love
list
her.
of names.
Hell yeah.
Well, nice to meet you, Sable.
Thanks for the willow bark.
I hope you don't do that in other stores.
I'll keep
I'm
an eye
messing
on
with
him.
other people.
He's gonna shoo Madden
Just
out.
he saw a fancy shop in one town.
What time does the apothecary close? Just in case we need to circle back for something.
I usually stop selling around dinner.
That makes sense.
Self-made hours.
Go, and then you go upstairs, which isn't shop. Got it.
Ah.
Understood.
Just gonna open the door for you guys.
Oh, thank you. That's very polite of you.
All right.
And we'll meander out, and then be like, okay, and then we'll start like jogging in the other
Follow the
direction.
All right.
Okay.
Jack, are you going to do anything while Lamb is away?
No, he's sitting there boredly, just kind of like twirling his axe on the ground, like
Not gonna poke this guy, see what
Just
he says. In
waiting to
his
see if anybody
drunkenness.
shows up.
He is so out. He is snoring, kind of mumbling, like did not react to the noise of the children at all.
No wonder we got away with the nat ones.
You got away with the nat ones with him,
Just not the children.
not the children who stole stuff.
That's true. Which is why Lamb is running after one of them now.
Oh, two of them.
No,
Yeah,
well,
catch
yes,
and
following
grab.
two of them in pursuit of another.
Yeah, they're walking. They're
I
not
see, I see.
running.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, Lamb will follow at their pace.
But, once you start getting closer to the market, they act a little sneakier, trying not to be seen by people.
Well, that's okay because Lamb is rather large and she does not mind kind of being like a little bit of an umbrella. Like she kind of just sort of hunches over a little bit more like she usually does indoors. She usually stands a little taller out of doors, but I mean, that is a whole 8 feet. So she is not unaccustomed
Alright,
to
they're
stooping
using
a
you
bit
as
in
cover.
crowds. So yes, yeah. She's kind of like
How they
hunched forward a
can.
bit, yeah. And like some of her like shawl and cloak and stuff kind of pull out a little bit, give them maybe a bit of shade. Not total cover, but slight obscuration.
They will lead you towards the bakery that you were at yesterday.
Aha!
The bun shop. Was that yesterday? I feel like it was
I
yesterday.
believe it was yesterday, yes.
Days are weird.
They are. Time
They
is a
will.
soup.
They lead you there, and then around to the back where there's a bunch of crates kind of propped up. All right, we gotta move these, and then he pushes his hands against the wall and slides this fake stone out of the way.
Oh,
Come in.
that's very clever. Is there any conceivable way that Lamb will actually be able to crawl through this crawl space?
You are going to be so cramped, but you can fit a little. You'll be able to be in there.
It is.
It is fully crawling for you.
Okay. All right. If it looks like she would potentially do some damage to this passageway by passing through, she might opt to kind of hidden step through. No, not hidden step. Wait. No,
Whichever
hang on.
one it is. I know what you're talking about. You have one of them.
I do. I think I have the one that turns you invisible instead of lets you actually travel through space.
Either way, you can get
Hidden
through the door.
step,
I'll
just
let you
miss
through
your
the
step
door.
and you're invisible when you land, right?
Yeah.
No?
We'll find it on your sheet later.
Yeah, it's fine. Lamb will scooch her way through carefully and make her way in, looking around for this. What was her name again?
The one with the map is Tansy.
Tansy.
So you wiggle in,
Yes.
and they Drab puts the stone back in place.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it's just an open space under the floorboards of this bakery.
Wow.
They have fully covered the underneath of these floorboards in paint in different drawings. There is a pile of bedrolls in a corner with some chalk next to it. There are a bunch of unlit lanterns, some rocks that are very colorful, and a whole bunch of kids are down here.
Hello. And Lamb's trying her best to be quiet so that the bakery upstairs is not any wiser for her being a visitor. Hello, I'm Lamb, and just looking for Tansy. If she's come by.
I'll let you roll persuasion in here
Ee, ee.
to see if
Uh,
she'll pop up in the group.
Makes sense. I've actually a gold in it for Tansy if she's about.
Weird how every kid here is Tansy. Weird.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Is to
Lamb
do
has
it.
seen Tansy,
She
though.
has, and it's to do with something she's carrying.
What'd you get?
My persuasion roll is a total of 14.
You do get a couple kids that step forward
Right.
that all want money as well. Uh,
That's fair. I understand. I do have enough silvers. I can give a silver for everybody, but Tansy, I really very much need speak with her very soon about something very important. We believe it may save some lives, might help some folk.
the youngest one steps forward, has this little tin, and opens it up.
Mm-hmm.
1 silver each, and we'll tell you where she is.
That only seems like a fair price. And Lamb will do it. She will give silver for each child. How many kids?
Let's see.
97.
There are currently 10 of them down there.
All right, then. Very good.
So a gold piece then.
Yep.
Pretty much. That's fine. Silver apiece for all these kids. She's she does not care that they're fleecing her. She sees where they're living.
Mhm. You'll shake the tin and cover it back up. She's on the roof.
Thank you very
On the roof with
kindly.
Bickle.
With Bickle.
Hmm?
All right. Thank you. What's the easiest way to get up the roof?
Climb the wall.
All right. Fair enough. Is it out the way I came in?
I'll move the stone. Makes
Thank
it seem
you.
like it's really heavy.
Very impressive.
Hmm.
This one was, what's his name again?
That's Drab.
That's Drab. Thank you, Drab. Keep up the good work. Oi.
Uh-huh.
I think that, like, Lamb often has, like, a little bit of leftovers from her first breakfast. Oftentimes it's just something she'll keep and snack on through the day. Little like griddle cakes or some fruit or something. And she accidentally forgets this little package of food in the corridor as she's crawling her way out to leave.
They will immediately grab it and start going through it.
Perfect. Good. Yes. Feed the children.
And you can go up to the roof.
Yes.
I'm not going to make you roll for it. You can find a way up on the roof unless you want to look cool for the kids that are up there. In which case,
Lamb.
I'll accept acrobatics to look cool.
I don't believe in my heart of hearts that Lamb is like investing in looking cool to these kids. I think she does not feel like it would be likely to go in her favor.
Then you easily find a ladder just like
Good,
right
cool,
outside.
fine, perfect. Lamb will ascend ladder and seek Tansy and Bickle.
Yeah, there are two kids up there. The one that you recognize, the other one is just kind of sitting there whistling.
Okay. Betty, I'm Lamb.
She shoves it behind her
Tansy,
back.
Tansy and Bickle, I.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bickle, I've a silver for you, and Tansy, I've a gold for you. If I might be able to ask you for an opportunity to copy down your map. I didn't
Which
need to take it
one?
away. The one that you got from the man Reynolds in the alleyway some ways back, just this morning. We think that he may be trying to do something dangerous. A town south of here. We think he might hurt folk, and we think maybe that map might tell us where to find it. And there's a gold in it for you if you'll let me copy it.
Okay, money first. They'll both hold out their hands.
Yep, silver for Bickle, gold for Tansy.
And she'll show you the map. It's kind of smudged. It's got some ink stains on it, so like parts of it aren't as clear as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
But you can take a copy of it.
Cool. Good. Excellent. Out of curiosity, does it in fact have like areas circled south of town? Does it show anything about I can never keep the town's name in my head.
Galenva.
Galenva.
So this map is kind of this general area. So there is part of the river on it,
Okay.
and it has the town you are currently in. It has Galenva on it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some smudges in that middle area. So there's maybe some kind of marking south of here, possibly to the east
Okay.
of Galenva, but like it's not perfect. Like, you
Okay.
can't quite pinpoint the exact spot in there.
Okay. Lamb will kind of like make her best guess of it on her
Mhm.
copy of the map and make notes to her best ability to indicate on her copy like what she has seen on the original. You know.
Mhm.
Thank you very, very kindly to both of you. Uh, there's a chance that Reynold and some of the other bandlists might be looking to do something dangerous close to here, so do be careful, the lot of you, alright?
We'll be fine.
I believe you,
Take
you're
care of
right
ourselves.
resourceful. Mm-hmm. Keep doing so, alright? Look after each other.
Mhm.
Be well, okay? And, I'm not sure. I think I heard something about the others. They might have found some food down there if you needed anything to eat.
I'll check it out in a bit.
Right.
Bickle's on watch. We can't go.
Oh,
Well, they can't go right now.
but I hope that they'll save some for you then. Be well, both of you. Take care.
They're staying up there. So
Lamb will shimmy down the ladder. She has not got any other reason in her mind to continue hanging out with these kids. She's got the map in hand. I don't think we needed anything else from these kids. That I
depends
me
on what
had
else
to
they
do.
took. You did not check what all they took.
I did not check what all they took, that's true, but the map seemed like the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick before Lamb leaves, she will kind of look over by like Tansy and Bickle and I didn't suppose. I know that a lot of you need to make your way best you can, and I'd like for you to keep what you take within reason. But um, if you find that there may be something strange or magical, or some other way, perhaps to do with the Boundless, about anything you might have took from Reynolds, could you maybe find one of us at the inn? We're staying at the tavern in town, and we'd appreciate it if you'd let us know if you find out anything that might help us to stop these folk.
So if we get information,
We'll pay.
magic from them,
Mm-hmm.
what else? What else?
uh, anything to do with magic from the Boundless. If you find, if
Mm-hmm.
you hear any bragging about something going on close by,
That's information.
information and magic items, or perhaps if you find more maps like that, might also be useful.
So magic items, maps. And how much are you paying?
I've got enough silver. I can do 1 silver for information and
Okay.
2 silver for a map. For a magic item, I might be able to do 4 silver.
We'll see about the item.
It may depend on the item. And you know what? I'll try and do a fair deal. I'll try and deal you fairly. I promise you that.
Just stick your hand out.
Lamb will shake.
All right.
Giant furball hand, tiny child hand.
Yes!
Mhm.
We are doing deals.
We won't take food from you off of you anymore. That's part of our end of the deal. But only you, because they didn't shake our hands.
I'd just as rather you take food from me anyhow. You need to eat. And you need to look like you're maintaining your business anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? If you wouldn't mind, take more from me than from the rest of my party. I'd appreciate it, and I'll take that as my payment.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Thank you.
Patch is in charge, not me.
Martin, fair. I expect, though, your word carries a fair bit. Patch was right respectful about you, talking about you. So,
It's because I'm second oldest.
and that only makes sense. So, keep a weather eye out, and we'll try and be back through town often as we can. We may have to leave town for a few days. I imagine you'll see us coming and going. So,
Got it.
but at the very least, we'll be back right here in a couple of weeks, so we will not be too far away. Be well.
Mm-hmm.
Lamb has established an information network among the urchins of this town.
Honestly, well done. I feel like that's a big network.
Probably.
You've infiltrated the town thieves.
Yeah! Thieves guild, thieves guild, thieves guild. They're all children.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing we've got two people in the party that swore a blood oath to kill all criminals.
Yep. Yep.
We're not gonna murder children.
They out here killing kids.
Oh, so there are nuances to this.
There-
All
there's
right.
some
Are
nuance.
these
Just making
kids
sure.
like slaughtering towns? I just need to
No.
be sure. Actually,
They're
if
going
these kids
for
are like
petty thievery.
serial killers, like maybe we should talk about it.
I have not
Pretty
created
sure the
any
guys that you
child
went back
serial
for
killers.
didn't slaughter the town
Okay.
either. They were just, highwaymen. But
Anyway, Lamb, you head on back
Mm.
to Jack, I would say with how long you spent talking to the kids, you all meet up at about the same time.
That makes sense to me.
So in the time that they're gone, Jack would look around and make sure he saw them take a knife off of him. He's gonna make sure that Reynold doesn't have any more weapons on him. Like
And he has an actual sword.
okay, well I'll get that off of him then.
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
have that when he wakes up. Like
Not that we think he'll
What?
be sober enough to wield it, but, he better not hurt himself.
That's what it's for.
Lamb, he
For
fell on
his
his sword.
safety.
Oh, no!
Is there anything else you're looking for on him, or just removing weapons?
just removing weapons for the time being.
Okay.
We could get
Yeah.
anything else off him when he's dead. Like I mean,
Okay.
we could talk him out of anything else that he has on him. Sorry, Lamb.
We're killing this man. It kind of.
It's
He
feeling
sounds
like the
he
direction.
sucks.
We'll
He sounds
see.
like he sucks a lot.
Lamb wants to see if there is any spark of redemption in his eyes, and if there's not, you have him.
And then we have a debate on our hands, and then Varys is in play. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
this dude's just like,
Lamb's-
I've been.
Lamb is clearly going to lose the fight if she protests. We'll see how it goes.
You all meet back up. This guy is unconscious still.
Huh? Should I wake him up?
Here, he had this on him, and he'll give the sword to Madden.
And this is a copy, best as I could get, of the map that was on him. There was a smudge about where we'd really like to know what he was minding on the map, right here. A little way from Galenva, but it's an
I
approximate
wonder if that
location.
was intentional.
Dunno, maybe.
Let's ask him. Madden is gonna go over and he's gonna put his hand over his nose and mouth and just
Oh,
hold it there
jeez.
till he wakes up.
Oh,
Mm.
cool.
And if it seems like he's not, he'll stop doing that because he's not waking up.
Oh,
But it's a
boy!
good way to wake him up. So-
I'm gonna ready an action.
Uh-huh.
If he goes to strike Madden, like even out of just pure self-defense and panic, just running soccer kick to the ribs.
Oh,
Like-
good.
It makes like a squeaky toy noise when you make
We've already
contact.
established I can't do actual
Yeah.
damage with unarmed
He's
strikes.
squeaky
So
toy. Yeah. So I just hold my hand over his nose and mouth until he wakes up. Or I guess dies. Oops.
He doesn't wake up for a moment. That
He's
does eventually.
Is he
he's
dead?
unwell. He might have been dead when we got here. For a minute, Madden's like,
Jack, did you check his pulse?
he was breathing.
oh, there he goes, there he goes. I just didn't want him to start screaming when he wakes up.
Oh, that makes sense.
He's not going to attack or anything. It's just like a hand trying to push the hands away from his mouth.
Hey, I'll move my hand. You don't say anything. Quiet. You hear me? I'll put more pressure on my hand on his mouth. You can't push me away.
He just kind of nods. Uh-huh.
Hey, I'll pull my hand away and give his cheek like a little smack. Hey, we're going to ask you some questions. It's in your best interest to answer them. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just starts looking around for stuff.
There's this gaggle of people looming over him, among them an 8-foot-tall furbolg.
They stole my stuff again.
Who's they?
I don't know. Whoever stole it.
Again.
Didn't you see him?
He just keeps getting robbed by these kids.
Didn't you see anybody? 'Twas already gone.
He's gonna roll insight with disadvantage.
Yep, good, fine.
Mm.
Yep. What'd he roll?
You don't need to know.
Okay.
You don't need to know.
Nobody needs to know.
No.
Hey,
They're
Hey.
fast. They're so fast.
I'm sure.
Don't know who you mean by they. You sure your
Oh,
stuff wasn't
neither.
stolen? You're sure your stuff
like
wasn't
we
stolen
need
in Alton Vic?
See, I'm thinking for a second. I had my stuff like 6 hours ago. So, no. I don't think I was there.
You don't think you were in Alton Vic?
I wasn't in Alton Vic, no.
Gonna use that ready to action.
Mm-hmm. To kick him.
Just kick him in the ribs. Just
He falls over and like holds his head. What the hell, man? Ugh. He's starting to sober up a bit after that.
oh, you're in
Great.
a different town burned to ashes. Heard you'd been boasting about it.
I haven't been in any of the towns when they burned.
Then what have you been doing? What's the point of you? What are they paying you for?
I would love whatever you're going for, persuasion or intimidation throughout this, just get this covered. See how much this guy's gonna talk.
If it's intimidation, may I assist? If it's,
It's intimidation I'm going for.
I'd love
Okay.
to assist.
I'd love to take. I mean, I'll let if you want to make the roll with advantage, I'll let you do that too. Like you initiated the interrogation, so I'll
I'm-
assist
Oh,
with
thank
my
you.
0 to attack unarmed strikes. Just
Yeah,
occasionally knocking the wind out of this guy.
Yeah, you knocked the wind out of him. His ribs hurt a little.
Hey, listen, you get kicked in the ribs by anybody. It don't feel good.
It
Doesn't matter if
hurts.
they're good at it.
It's bruised.
Ooh, yeah. 22.
You see him stop trying to reach for things. Just kind of like
Focus up.
goes still like focuses up. What was your question again?
Been boasting a lot around town about harm that you've done, you and the folks you run with. Why don't you tell to us?
I'm not boasting.
You've been vocal enough about it to cause some people some distress. They don't like it. We don't like it. We don't like you or your friends. Just like to know what you're up to, where you've been, where you're going. Now focus up. A lot rides on this. I know you just woke up, but this is important.
Alcohol, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack will hand him his wineskin to take a sip if he wants.
He's both the good cop and the bad cop.
He'll take the drink. I mean, he's not
Ready?
gonna say no.
Readying an action. If I don't believe the next words out of his mouth, I'm just gonna slap it out of his hands.
Good.
Oh my god.
I most recently I was in town. Well, not our town, back near the river and up, and they're trying to get me to go to a town.
And you haven't yet.
It's not for a few days, and I have been looking for anything else to do rather than go there.
That sounds like an excellent idea. Anything else sounds like a good idea. I know you haven't got a blade on you, and I knew that you had a blade on you previously, and that they would probably replaced another blade. But how many of your blades have had blood on them?
Let me roll for him.
On the D100, 72.
Oh god.
He's like, I'm really good at it.
a few, like not blades, just the one, but a few.
Whose life did you take?
I can see his face drop. I don't know his name.
What do you
It
know
was
about him? Why did he need to die?
it was one of those like where they have us on the road and they attacked us first, and I just reacted and grabbed my sword.
They attacked you. Was he some sort of guard? Some sort of caravan escort? Another bandit?
It was one of those like the mercenaries that walk with the carts. I think they saw that one of my group were gonna jump out and
You're setting
did
an
something
ambush.
first.
And if your ambush had gone off without them attacking first, would they have survived then?
Back then, yeah, they would have.
So you took a man's life, never knew his name, never made an effort to learn it. This man here knows your name. That's more effort than you put into it. Why don't you talk to him about why you should keep your life today? And he'll turn it over to Madden.
So, you've caught me on quite the day. And he's gonna, like, get down to this man's level.
Lamb fretting with her staff in the background.
So, here's the thing. It seems like you don't want to go there and hurt people. I'm hearing that. And I think you've been given a chance here to maybe do something good. You can tell us what they're planning, and then you can explain to me why you haven't just disappeared yet. But first, what's going on at that town? What are you avoiding?
And they've been stepping up. They are planning multiple towns. It's like I don't have their names, but
How many?
it was at least 10 surrounding in the area, like around the capital. Just
10.
When is this happening?
the one that we are going that I'm supposed to go to is in 3 days.
3.
It's like a day and a half walk to get to Galenva from here.
So, 3 days, something's happening at Galenva.
And a few other places besides, from the sounds of it. All at once?
I don't know if he has the amount of people to do them all at once. My I think they were spreading it out a little bit.
Now, it sounds like you really don't want to go through with this, and I'm hearing that. I want to know why you haven't disappeared.
I have family in town and back home. And
With the Boundless?
yeah,
Working with him, or have you been impressed into service because they're under threat of the Boundless?
It's more of a. There's never a said threat of what happens if you leave. It's just a. People don't.
Is it the threat to you you're worried about, or the threat to your family?
To them. Fuck me.
Oh, I agree.
So, here's my question. And I haven't gotten to ask a lot of people this question, but I think you're introspective enough to maybe answer for me. From what you've done, for whatever reason it may be, what do you think you deserve as your equal recompense for what you've done?
If I had the choice, I would make sure that my family got out of there, far from there, and there was a way to find the person that I had harmed, I would try to find their family and let them choose.
What if we let you go right now? What would you do?
If there's a chance something's happening where I can get them out, I would do that.
All right.
What would it take to get them out?
Could they leave on some other pretense? Go to visit someplace? Would they be checked by anyone?
It would have to be. I definitely would ask where they're going, especially if I went there and I. Right now, when I'm supposed to be at Glenva,
On the journey'd be harrowing. The roads aren't safe now. I'm not sure if you heard.
Here's another question for you. Do you think you have the capability to avoid doing anything that would hurt others? We'll do small scale. For 2 weeks. If you just disappeared for 2 weeks, what would happen?
I'd have to find a place where they couldn't get, that they wouldn't know I was around still.
Have you ever been to the capital?
They've been sending us there a lot to scout it out, so yes.
And you know what's below it? Community called Silok.
Yeah, they send us to both areas.
A lot of desperate people down there could use a lot of help. If you went there, devoted your life to helping folk until you saw us again, think you could do that? Just giving a coin here or there, doing some honest work.
May be able to hide away from your fellows if you took on a different name, different guise.
Yeah, I can do that, but how does that help me get them out?
It gets you out of our path. And we intend to help everyone who's not involved in what the Unbound are doing.
And
if you can
I'm
tell
just
us.
going to. How about this? You stay out of our way for a week and a half, let's say. No bandit business. And then you meet us right back here, and we'll see if we can help you.
I'll let you roll another persuasion check, whoever wants to do it.
I have a
Oh
5
no, I
on
ripped my headphones
persuasions.
out. Give me
You're the one that made the
seconds. Now I can hear you.
Madden made the suggestion. Madden can roll the persuasion.
If
Are
I
you
can
guys
help in
helping
any
me?
way.
Yeah, you guys
Yes.
helping?
Yes,
Somebody
please.
will
Yes,
do it.
trying to help
please.
Whoever
Madden this
wants
whole
to
time.
help.
Yes, please.
You guys
Yes.
helping?
Lamb is like I don't know the words that Lamb would need to use here. I'm a little bit frazzled myself.
Lamb's just
lie,
excited this
she's-
man's probably not dying today.
Yes, she's so ecstatic, you guys.
She's almost jumping.
She is almost weeping.
15.
And a week and a half. Like right here?
Sure.
Seems
Right
as
here.
good a place as any. And in the meantime, and forever forward, those lasses up there in that establishment down the road, you leave them alone forever. They're gonna need you in there, messing with their psyche, with your trauma. Isn't their fault. Do your own emotional labor.
There's plenty of other places you can take that.
Might even be able to get it out in some sort of fighting ring. You aware of anything like
Boy.
that?
Ah, shit, I almost fucking forgot. Madden's excited now. Tell me about the fucking fighting ring.
He's so unsure of what he's supposed to be scared of. You guys not know.
Oh.
Tell me about the fucking fighting ring.
Ping-ponging between the two. Like the one in town?
Yeah, or any of them. Fuck it. Tell me where I can find bandits. Tell me where I can beat the shit out of them.
It's below the apothecary.
Is there like a secret code to get in? Because the apothecary didn't seem like super awares, or she is the best liar I've ever run into.
Oh, it's with us. If you just have the little pin, you can get in easy. But
Perfect.
if you
Give
show
me
up
your
during,
pin.
he'll start. His pin is
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. I knew.
Yep.
I knew it was gone, but I had to ask.
Done been new. It got.
Well,
You know where it is if you want it.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So what were you going to say? I can't just walk in with a
Like
circle.
during, with the circle you can easily get in.
All right.
But also, the woman in the daytime's not really involved in it. She just runs the
Owns the
store during the. There's somebody else there like after she closes up. They don't lock the front door or anything. You can just go in and talk to them and
Sure.
say that you're there.
And do you need a circle to get in?
No, it's just easier to sometimes they act like, oh, you can't get in for whatever reason. It's normal. People just being picky about who to let in. But if you say you're there to go to Verdigris, and if you know the name of the place, you're much better off. Verdigris.
Right.
I think you are probably the luckiest man in this fucking town. It may not feel that way, but I want you to know that you are the luckiest man in this town.
Give me back my wineskin. He wipes off the nozzle and prestidigitates at the same time.
Wow.
Now, how about you start disappearing? And if I see you doing any banditry, I'm going to kill you. Like, even a little bit. Even if you're just meandering around I want you hidden and I want you quiet for a week and a half.
Got it. Uh, See, this man looking around for any of his belongings. His bag is gone. His
Oh
coin pouch
man.
is gone.
Oh
Um,
no. Yeah, his everything's gone.
we'll figure it out. Hmm.
I understand you need something to live on, and it can't be robbery, banditry, brigandry. Would you sell this sword here? Use that coin to do something good. And he'll take the sword back from Madden and give it to him.
Man's like, all right, grown attached to them all.
Mm.
We're not thieves.
Um, right,
But sell it before you bloody its blade. You can buy it back when you find something righteous to do with it.
no attachment to it.
Clearly not. I got it off you with no problem.
I hope you find something that's more worthy of you. I think you'll do well.
Take that sword and sell it, or beat it into a plowshare. Go sell your services to help grow someone's food. Go clean out someone's gutters. Rake their lawn. Weed their garden. Do some honest work.
You'll find your way, and we'll see you week and a half time now.
Um, kind of looks nervous about saying anything. I just,
Mm-hmm.
they, it seems like you're gonna try to kill like everyone. There's a lot of people that were born into that place who might not know any better. It's all they know.
Jack would like to insight Madden.
Yeah. Lamb might
'Cause
What do you all
also.
want? What do you all
What's
want?
Madden's aura right now? What sort of
My aura?
vibes is
What's his
it?
vibe?
An orange?
Vibe check.
An
Doing a
orangey?
vibe check.
I was thinking orange.
Yeah, he's an orange for an aura. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
that's
sense.
what I saw.
Constant orange.
I think Madden's trying to keep himself kind of on the down low, so I'm gonna roll against this.
That seems
I'll,
fair.
I'll defend myself. No, I won't. I don't think I will.
There's 14 to insight. So
I don't think I will defend myself, actually. I don't think anybody has to roll. The nat 1 says nobody needs to roll against me.
What's his aura?
What is
His
his
aura, first off, a nice, like, kind of like a burnt orange, I think.
Nice
Like an autumn.
umber.
Yeah, he's an autumn. Um, I mean, this is a complicated scenario.
Yes.
I mean, he initiated letting this man go.
Yes,
Like
he did.
yeah,
he
oh,
obviously is
we're
capable of
very proud of him.
Yes.
flexibility.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
He said he understands nuance.
Yes,
He said he
that's
could
true.
do
We
it.
see it in practice.
I was
It's
specifically looking to see if there was like a spark of realization in his eyes when it's mentioned that like some people were born to this and haven't been taught a different way. If that changed, if there was just any sort of reaction out of him, that's all Jack is looking for. Is does that seem to wash over him, wash over Madden in a way that makes him re-examine, what he's thinking.
Does it strike as a realization?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
that's
don't
fair.
think so.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If
Fair,
you still
good,
go
honest
out
answer
and
is
hurt
fine.
people,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. If it's just like, hey, listen, I count the coin. Hey, sometimes I ambush on the road. I killed the guy in combat once. Like, there are variables in it, but like the starting reason, it's like, I don't care if you did it because you love it or because you hate it, because you were forced to. How many people have you killed? You know, that's the end all be all. How many
Yeah.
people have you killed?
Yeah.
And what was that situation? Not how
Yeah.
did we get here? I
Yeah.
want to know about your crimes.
Yeah.
I think it's like he's like, I guess you know, there is nuance, but
That's
there's only so much.
that's not an amount of nuance that alters the bucket in this case.
And he can't convince an army to not do something. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
guys, we have to ask each of them if they were born into it. But Madden looks at this guy. Heard. You have 5 seconds before I change my mind. And we bury you in this alley.
He quickly will grab his things and start running. The little bit of his things that are left.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
his
he
his
picks up
hat maybe.
just like a handful of rocks. He's like, I don't know if this is mine.
His shoes, his one shoe that was still with him.
Yes.
Yes, grab his shoe. And I think Madden just takes like a deep breath and then like stands up. So do we have time for the fight club, or do we have to go jogging towards that town? How long does it take to get to that town in particular?
Hey.
I think we gotta wait till after dark for the fight club.
We do have to wait till after
Well,
dark
yeah,
for the fight club.
We have to wait for dinner. That's when she closes.
Is it
True.
Galinva?
Galinva?
Mhm.
I believe
How
he
long
said
does it take
was
to get to Galenba?
day and a
It's not
half?
far.
No.
Yeah, it's like around a day and a half to get there.
That's a
And it's happening in 3 days. I mean, if
So-
we started now.
Fine, as long as you do what it looks like you're capable of doing in the fight club, and we're not spending the rest of the time convalescing and getting you back up to health.
yeah, and then we leave early morning. If there's anything we can gain from being in there, it seems that there's a lot of boundless that go through.
If nothing else, perhaps
That's
we'll
a
have
point.
a better idea of what's going to happen.
Yeah, see if anybody here, you know, if he's here waiting to do that, there might be other people here waiting to do the same thing.
It's true. May have been they were
Just-
waiting to send out a group all at once.
Just the loudest and dumbest. It's the only one we found. I
Mm.
haven't seen any of the others. There's supposed to be more in town.
Loudest, dumbest,
Guess they're
and
keeping their
least
mouths
likely to
shut.
stay.
Yeah, well, maybe we swing by Verdigris and see what we can acquire there. And if it's, I suppose, just a little fun, it's just a little fun. But we have to get to that town.
Aye. Before anything
Full agreement.
worse happens.
You need to let your compatriot know that that one's got a grander purpose before he finds him in a different alleyway. And
I'll let him know that he has a timeline.
Hopefully, he doesn't run directly into Varys.
Runs into Varys.
God!
Guys, I
Pulls
got
a
him.
nat one on his luck check.
I got
Varys is
him.
like, aha! You don't have to say anything, guys. Don't worry about it. He's dead.
I did it. You're welcome.
Throws
I'd
him
be
in
like,
the
all
middle
right.
of the market.
Lamb
I-
just like,
get in here before, because I'm sure I'll forget before next session.
Mm.
Before shops close for the day, Jack's going to go around to the blacksmith, to the general shop, to any sort of weapon shop there, and he's looking to see if they have that sword for sale, the one that he gave back to that guy. If he actually followed through with
Show me
pawning
that
his
fucking sword.
Now,
if
in
he actually
fairness-
followed through with pawning that off to get some money to feed
Mm.
himself after he got robbed blind.
yeah. It's like, in fairness, he was told to like lay low and hide out on
He's
pain
also
of death.
shit-faced.
But yes.
So who knows what he's done?
Yeah,
but
it's a good point. It's a good point. We'll see
he may
how
have left town
expeditious he was.
immediately. You know,
Yeah.
he may have just immediately left town and it's like, I'll do it later. He said 5 seconds. What if I run
Like
into
to
him
see
in the
if I can
market?
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Let me roll a luck check for this man to see if he was
5
able to
seconds
sell
isn't
this.
really enough time.
No.
Well, to get out of the alley. He had
Yes.
5
Yeah,
seconds
they
to
just
get
had
out
to
of
get
like
out
line of
of,
sight.
Yeah, they just needed to leave the immediate punching.
I needed to stop seeing him or I would change my mind.
I guess in D&D terms, 5 seconds is enough.
Yeah, in D&D terms, he's gone.
Yeah, in
He's
D&D
next town
terms,
over.
God, he might as well be
He's gone now.
in the
What
other
if he's
country.
a monk? Like,
Oh
He
shit!
ping pongs off the walls and he's gone. Shit.
Weird choice of weapon for a monk, but maybe.
Weirdly,
Maybe.
still not as fast as the apothecary keeper.
Won't even let me go in her basement.
Man.
She seemed like she might, because she's like, people steal my shit all the time. I thought she was gonna be like, well, I guess he's gonna go in my basement and steal things. And I'm like, all right, don't mind me. I'm just thieving.
Well, first, let me do this roll. Okay. Yep. Yeah, you find the sword.
Cool. That little internal realization that we or like evidence in favor of the fact that we might have done the right thing. Like,
Yes.
you know, Jack was real on the fence about this. So
Yeah,
like just
yeah.
yep, we might have done the right thing here.
That might well could have been a good thing we did.
Right.
I'd also like to do a town
Yeah.
thing
Any other
if there's
short
time.
things people want to do before we end for the night?
I love little town things.
Short town
Just a
thing.
little
What's your
town
short
thing.
town thing?
I'd like to meander off by myself.
Okay.
God damn it.
As stated
He's
to
wandering
be
off.
All right, now
There
I
he
gotta
goes.
roll for.
I
Now we
get
have to roll
abducted
for
immediately.
bodyguards. God damn it! Before he even gets to go to the fight club.
Jack like is in the pawn shop, turns around to leave, and through the window, it's just Madden full speed running.
He's got the remains of a burlap sack on his head, which he already burned off.
Hands tied behind his back, just running.
Actually, I feel like you should roll the luck check.
Ah, hell yeah.
You want made the choice to go off alone.
Yeah.
I just want to go off alone for a minute. Not my fault if he's just right around the
Madden!
corner and I bump into him.
We were told there's body. Not
I was
bounty
kind of hoping
hunters.
for a low number because I thought it'd be funny, but I got a 15. Unless we're doing high number bad, because sometimes you do high number bad, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Sometimes high number bad.
Mm.
I don't know. Sometimes I do high number bad.
Sometimes I'll switch it up. You never know.
I'm just like, yeah, this is in favor of the enemy, or this
That
is in
makes
favor
sense
of
for
you.
luck. It's always
Yeah.
changing.
I
No,
switch it
no.
around sometimes.
Since you rolled it,
It was for me.
It was for
Fine.
you.
Not
Therefore,
today. Well, Madden hasn't had any bounty hunter issues, so he's actually just not worried about it.
If
Yeah.
something bad is going to happen, just narrative appeal. It seems like it would be nice if Madden and Jack went together to those shops under some other pretense.
I'm not going to a shop.
Okay. All right. Well, no, like if we were already out together looking at the shops to see if the sword had been sold so that Jack could reassure Madden that Madden did the right thing, and then Madden slips out. So Jack's not far if something bad happens.
If I am accosted in the alley.
Yeah. It's like you already wandered off, but you wandered off from where Jack was.
Listen, the
Sure.
good news is no matter what, there's a bird on his head that will probably let you know if he gets
That
Everyone will
is
know.
true.
Everyone in this town will know
the,
there's a
the
problem.
horrible
God, yeah.
sounds that bird makes
Oh
when she's
my
upset.
god. That crow.
Very noticeable.
Yeah.
You've all heard that.
Her boy is
We'll
abducted.
hear it,
She's
and then we'll continue
losing her
eating our
mind.
little snack.
Those bounty hunters might not keep their eyes.
Yeah, she's got this covered. Madden is going through these like, thanks for the reassurance. We're gonna go take a walk.
Yeah.
And Madden is going to fully walk outside of town. And he is going to go into a bit of a wooded area is his intent. And he is going to go kneel in front of a tree, like how he prayed before. I don't expect anything from you in this moment. I just knowing you're here is enough. I don't think you owe me anything, but and he like just takes like a deep breath and kind of like takes Clover out of his hair and just like kind of like sets her down on the ground. And he's gonna pull off his glove and look at the mark on his hand. He is going to pull out the straight razor from his bag put a piece of leather in his mouth and see how deep the mark goes and if it can be cut out. So he's not expecting anything of assistance of the holy variety, but just knowing that she's there would be nice while he does this very painful thing.
Oh boy!
Yeah, you can
He
roll
doesn't.
religion to see if you
Practicing a
feel
little
the
self
presence.
surgery.
One day I'm going to homebrew a roll for interacting with gods, and it's not going to be religion, but I'm not
I would
starting
love
today.
that.
One day I'm going to pick like wisdom or something,
Yeah.
or like make a religious person's religion wisdom. I don't know, but not today. Not today. Today we get a -1.
I think you should be able to make an argument for something else.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a thing
Hey,
that I
if
think
you
could
want to
easily
think
be
about an
argued for.
argument,
Mm.
I'll listen.
I I would love to argue. It's a shame all of my
I
other
can't.
stats are not about these kinds of things. But I'd love to like nothing good in nature, nothing good in medicine. Uh-huh.
like straight
But
charisma, though. Like,
I was just gonna say persuasion to be like, hey, as long as you're with me, that's all I need. I
Like-
don't need you to fix this.
Yeah, no. Just
I don't want
give
you to
me
go
support.
talk to Bridget and go fix this.
No.
But
no,
if you're
no.
here to support me while I do what I'm about to do right now, that's also really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless you
sure,
want
why
to help.
not?
Okay,
Unless you want to help,
Yeah.
I'll let
Derby.
you. I don't care.
Please, Mum, help.
It's okay. Not roll good anyways in the grand scheme is kind of my vibe. So
Oh no.
yeah, not roll good anyways in grand
No!
scheme.
God damn!
But Clover's here, and that's nice.
Yes.
And I'm gonna see how deep this mark goes.
Okay.
Yeah, how deep are you going?
I think until he can't.
That's how deep he goes then.
It's eventually just kind of like slumping against the tree, and will after seeing this mark in just a terrible spot, will just sort of like close his hands together and lay on hands to kind of burn it over. All
Eyes
right,
bloodshot
Clover.
again.
Yeah, his eyes immediately like. All right, Clover. Let's get ready for Fight Club. And puts her on his head and will make his way back to town.
I will say, with that, as you go back to town, Clover's gonna do something, a little thing in town.
Oh, Clover, what are we doing?
Clover, what are you doing?
Clover,
Clover has
once-
business.
Once you're like walking near the market, she flies away for a moment and comes back with this boundless circle.
Oh! From one of the kids.
Mm-hmm. It only has 4 breaks in it. Like it's got the most it could.
Okay, so it kind of lines up with all the other ones we have. We have like 3
Yeah.
low-level ones, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Wow. I'll take that. That works for me. Just set her back up, and now we have 3. And now I suppose we only have to sneak or convince that 2 people should be allowed to come in. So that seems easy enough.
Yeah.
Anything anyone else wants to do before we wrap it up? Your short little town things?
I would fully believe there's like a space in here where Lamb might speak a bit with Kian, but I feel like that conversation might go a little while. Not exactly short. So, not right now.
All right. And if that's it, Clover swoops in, drops off this last circle that you've been able to find so far, and that's where we'll stop for tonight. But thank you everyone for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks on the 29th. So not next week,
No.
but a little bit of time from now.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to hang out with us more, all of us are in Monday's show on the Backs of Gods, which Jillian runs. It's a Norse mythology game where we're having a great time all the time.
All
Bonding
the time.
as a team finally.
Yeah.
giant hedgehog.
Yeah, meeting giant hedgehogs.
hedgehogs, guys.
Having a great time, honestly.
Rolling
Yeah.
around significantly slower than the speed of sound.
But still good.
Yes.
And if you want to catch up, like keep up with us, we are on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky. You can watch our videos over on YouTube. I make dice. I will share a link about dice that I make if you're
They
interested
love
in
telling a
having,
story.
dramatically appropriate dice.
Yes. Mine
We
like to
love to
decide
give
to
Clover
either
nat
be
20s to
Yeah.
find things.
But
I
I'm not
love
allowed to
that.
talk to God while I
You can't talk
status
to
my
God.
hand.
Nope.
But you sure can get
It's
a circle.
fine.
It's the story the dice want to tell.
It is.
Mm.
It is what it is. But thank you all for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks and we'll see you then. Night,
Thanks.
everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.